Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back. That's the Appleton Oak. Mason Quinn. I am fired up today because we're getting back to Cobra Kai. This is season 6, episode 12, called Rattled. I cannot wait. We had some heavy duty stuff happen in the last episode, including somebody taking out their grandfather. But other than that, the tournament might be back on.
That is the hottest I've seen you come in with an intro in a minute. Yeah, look. Episode 11 was some heavy subject matter. Is it bad or wrong to feel a little bad maybe for Terry Silver? Some question marks as to where Sensei Kreese is going to be going, but can't wait to check out this one. Final ride.
The man said it all. Let's go! This is a mess.
Hey, Bob, we are way behind on schedule, so I'm going to need you to get everything hooked up like yesterday. All this stuff needs to be done by tomorrow. Got to have it done.
Boss, I'm not an electrician. I mean, shouldn't we wait for the pros?
This can't be that hard. Couple plugins, couple wires. It's not that big of a deal. We do not have time to wait for the electrician, so just get it done. I'm counting on you, all right?
I'm counting on you. Oh!
Jumping jackrabbits. Bob, what the hell happened?
Oh, I knew this was a bad idea.
Bob's instincts were right, but his supervisor didn't listen. Now Bob's injury could be worth millions.
Wait, did you say millions? Who are these professionals that can help me?
Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury firm with more than 1,000 lawyers and 4,000 case staff ready to fight for you if you become their client. But Bob is worried because he doesn't have the cash to pay for expensive legal fees. Worry no more. When your boss puts you in a dangerous situation and you get hurt, don't settle for less than you deserve. Morgan & Morgan will fight to get you every penny. And the best part? It's completely free unless you win. But Bob feels conflicted. He doesn't want to sue his boss, even if the company hasn't paid him for the last 6 months. When you sue for an injury, you're not suing your boss. You're suing their insurance company. There's no reason to feel bad about getting the compensation you deserve. So if you've been a victim in a car accident, medical malpractice, workplace injury, or any other personal injury, you can hit the link in the description to get Morgan & Morgan to fight for you. Bob did, and he sure is thankful Morgan & Morgan had his back.
It's been a month since the decision to resume the Sekai Taikai.
Okay.
A month. We got a little
month
time
time
jump
jump,
there. I don't need to write that down. You write it down.
I'll write that down.
Tragic events in Barcelona are now behind us.
All right, so everybody's getting their training in. Oh, we didn't see
Training for
Tori
the
in the
chance
first
to become
episode
world
at all, did we?
Not at all. They're training to become champions.
With all the media attention, our tournament will now reach an audience far greater than before. The winning fighters and dojos will reap the benefits of victory.
Okay, so they're practicing for all the group fighting.
Which is why I'm here, in the valley.
In the valley,
in
baby.
the valley.
This competition concludes without any more drama.
Tell him, Gunther.
Cannot afford to pay for 3 different vegan food vendors.
People need to eat, Gavin. This isn't the fire festival.
The fire festival.
Your blue Mets had a fungus that the lab deemed a health hazard.
All
I've been
Valley
saying for
Sports
years it's a
Arena.
mistake to have so many bare feet in a moist gymnasium.
I don't like that word, George.
What word?
Moist. Doesn't like the word moist.
We'll have one vegan food vendor, and 50% of all T-shirt sales will go to the Sekai Taikai discretionary fund.
Oh, sounds like someone's wetting his beak.
You're one to talk. What about that little dinner you hosted down in Temecula?
That was to secure the parking permits.
Is no one concerned about the e-tickets?
Now, what the hell is wrong with paper?
This guy.
When women couldn't vote?
If it'll shut you
Hey,
up,
I just
then
want
yeah.
paper tickets.
Whoa.
I don't know how they do things in Austria or Slovakia, wherever the hell you from, but you in the valley now. We got a way of doing things around here.
You don't talk to the ring general like that.
We'll settle it the old way.
I'm glad you agree. Wait, what's the old way?
Ready?
Well, I'm still not sure what we're supposed to be doing.
Oh! I thought they were going to do rock, paper, scissors.
Any other objections?
He kicked him in the face.
With that loafer.
Daryl, are you alive?
He kicked him in the face.
Now, to be fair, folks, I was cheering for the paper tickets. That's what I was popping for. We were having a conversation about that.
Hey,
earlier.
Chosen's back.
You just gonna toil away all day around here?
No, I am binging Star Wars. Only have 16 episodes left.
You're gonna watch 8 hours of people scavenging through abandoned storage units?
Yep. Mr. Toguchi live here?
It's Taguchi.
Oh, excuse me, Mr. Taguchi. Registered letter for you, sir. Thank you. You just sign? Hey, this is some place you have here.
Yes. Oh, exact lines from part 1.
She apologizes for not returning my call. Says she did not get the message for a long time.
Well, see, I told you overthought it.
She says that she loves me
Whoa.
as a friend.
Oh,
Oh, ouch.
I confuse friendship for love. I will watch Star Wars now.
oh no.
He's gonna mix up a dozen Long Island iced teas and go on a bender. We can't leave him here alone. We can't.
Well, he's an adult.
Well, we'll bring him with us. Look, Winnie Taylor has been asking me to
Yeah.
set her up. We can make it a double date.
Double
Is that a
date.
good match?
They're not getting married, Daniel.
Yeah.
Unless you think he's better off here.
Do not bid over 900, you ass! Setting water on fire!
I just,
When I was born, my mom got a flat, went to the hospital. She got the rest of the way on roller skates. Made it just in time. Nurses called her Lucky Laura.
What's a tire?
If our car breaks down, we can call an Uber.
Oh, no way. It's a total crapshoot with those drivers.
Okay, then we can just call Amanda.
Amanda, should we add that name to the list?
You want to name our daughter after your co-sensei's wife?
Yeah, not when you mention it like that.
You bring baby into house of sin.
We are kind of doing things a little backwards, aren't we?
Mhm.
All right, don't worry. I'll make things right.
Not with me. Make right with him.
Oh. I can't believe the grandma said
bastardo.
I'm not fighting. I quit.
Wait, what?
You should be happy. One less person for you to fight.
Have you talked to Robbie about this?
I don't need to talk to Robbie. I'm not putting that Cobra Kai gi back on ever again. You're not going to convince me otherwise.
Well, what about a different
That means I
gi?
advance to the finals.
Oh, yeah, never mind. They only have one male and one female fighter.
Nobody deserves to get their ass kicked more than that bitch.
Whoa.
Then help me train to beat her. Come on. This could be your last opportunity to try and kick me in the face.
They better give us some backstory on why Tori doesn't want to.
She just doesn't want to be around Kreese anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, here we go.
This is Oak's favorite wine tasting.
I'm getting notes of ripe huckleberry in here.
Yeah, what does a huckleberry even taste like?
Thank you.
Don't know. This tastes like juice box.
Yeah, maybe leave out the Storage Wars marathon.
You look at this place. Oh,
What? Well, they got Elizabeth Berkley. Are you kidding me? It's not Elizabeth Berkley.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Please
It's
meet our
Jesse
friend,
Spano.
Tracy.
Yeah, okay.
Listen, what a wonderful name.
Come on. Come on.
I am good.
I don't know, Chosen, give it a shot.
Daniel-san, in Okinawa, we have a saying, Reiki wa detarame da, which means Reiki is bullshit.
I figured life would basically be the same. I mean, it's only 30 miles away, but it changed everything.
Well, I mean, not everything.
Oh, you'll see. No one prepares you for how
What kind of setup is this?
biorhythm still hasn't recovered. Even weekly sound baths, crystal healing.
That is because crystals are also bullshit.
Oh, Chosen, he's got his opinions.
That's because crystals are so bullshit. Hey, Bobby!
All right, well, as you know, me and my lady are having a baby.
Yes, any day now, right?
Yeah, and the thing is, Carmen and I aren't married.
Oh, and you think God is going to have a problem with you bringing a baby into the world unwed?
Shh, keep it down.
Keep it down.
I was gonna propose a few months back, but I ended up getting tanked, took on 5 ninjas. My buddy got 70 stitches, didn't feel like the right moment. I was gonna propose the day we moved in. I just wanted everything to be perfect.
Listen, that's all totally normal. But let me ask you a question. When's the last time things felt perfect?
After I won the All Valley. 83.
83.
Be up there with you guys. I felt unstoppable.
Yeah, I remember.
83.
2 chicks from East Valley hooked up with that night. They were so hot. They were
Life's not perfect. We have good days. We have bad ones.
Yeah.
The hope is the good ones win.
God, he's a really good actor. Yeah.
Don't sleep on your own happiness, Johnny. Take the leap. Just do it. Tanya and Lorraine.
Yes, Tanya and Lorraine.
Bobby.
We call it fully integrated generative haptic technology, or FIGHT. It is the most advanced karate training program in the world.
Okay, what does it do?
Put these on, and you'll see.
Oh.
VR training? Oh, come on!
Okay, what are my odds now?
Well, the program's still in its infancy, so
I only have a 12% chance of winning.
Yeah, but think about it. No one was able to get a point on the guy, and the last person to fight him ended up dead.
Jesus.
Fight!
Front roundhouse.
Oh!
Things were a lot different the last time we were here.
Yeah. We pretty much hated each other's guts.
Well, you better still fight like you hate me if you've got any shot of taking me down.
Is that so?
Oh, God, how's this going?
Our little girl is about to move across the world and never speak to us again.
No, she's gonna call us all the time.
We may be on different continents. When we're awake, she'll be asleep. And when she's awake, we'll be asleep. And you know how she loves to sleep in. It'd be a miracle if she ever picks up that phone again.
Only thing more foolish than crystals is tarot cards.
Oh, wow, Chosen. Was there any part of you that was looking forward to this date?
I'm sorry.
Answer calls him Tarot.
I'm really sorry you're having a bad day. And while I appreciate them trying to set us up, there are worse afternoons than watching Daryl Sheets overpay for a box of used vacuum cleaner.
Ah, yeah! To connect on! Yes! Yes!
Too hot to handle.
Whoa.
Love after rock up.
What about Vanderpump Rules?
Oh, must-see TV.
You know, it took a tarot reading for their love to bloom. And they're still together. What do you got to lose?
Okay.
Oh, there it is. There's no way they went and got Jesse's fan. If you were for a second, I'm like, that's not Elizabeth Berkley. Wait, what?
And like, I looked at you like, what are you talking about?
I love the
oh, look what he's wearing!
Tuxedo shirt.
Down like that. Again?
He's trying to fight
Did you over-calibrate the predictive algorithm or something?
Are you seriously asking me whether I know how to design an AI-based battle module?
How am I doing?
The AI's still calibrating, so.
Yeah, and we rushed the prototype, so maybe just tighten the headset, it'll be fine. It's...
Oh, dropping.
Nice one, LaRusso.
Thanks. Kind of feels right. Just being back up here again, doesn't it?
I guess so.
Is she gonna
Can't
get...
quit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, she's getting motivated again.
Carmen, will you make me the happy? Oh, shit. False alarm, girls. Take 5. Don't go far. I took a cooking class. Had a little incident with the truffles. Kind of one of those you break it, you buy it situations.
She's going to walk in right now.
But more than anything, I really want to marry your daughter.
Damn it.
There's my mom's. He stopped by Sid's today and he agreed to give it to me. He's still an asshole, but I guess he's getting soft in his old age.
Beijo. I'm sorry for pressure. Baby no bastardo.
Well, you think she'll like all this? Is it all right?
If from you, always right.
Ha! It's a Miyagi line. Oh.
Wait. Now? Like right now?
Oh.
Okay, we'll be right there.
Baby's coming now.
Reverse hermit. A severe loneliness. You set forth with noble intentions, but your path is challenged by life or death danger. Usually of your own making.
Oh.
What does next one say?
He's going to get all into it.
The Empress.
This is my future?
This card tells me that the journey you've been on will soon end, and someone who matches your strength and resolve will be waiting on the other side.
We know who that is.
Waiting for what?
That is up to you. A partnership, maybe something more. A love match.
Yeah, it's Chosen and Jesse Spano. Like, what are the odds?
There is someone, isn't there?
There is.
I totally forgot about her. Holy cow.
What about our first All Valley when I beat you? How come you didn't give up then? Because you knew how hard you worked. And you weren't going to give up fighting just because it wasn't easy. Okay, so forget the computer. Numbers are for... All that matters is...
Johnny.
It's scary how much you just sound like my dad right
That's
now.
what I was going to say.
There's no
Yep.
sense they probably failed math, so it's not that big a stretch.
Numbers.
I was finally on a good track, and then my mom died and my whole world blew up. I thought going back to Cobra Kai was my only option, but all it did was ruin every relationship I've ever cared about.
Tori has had it worse than just about everybody.
Miguel thinks I'm going to UCLA, but the truth is I might be going somewhere a lot further than that.
Where?
There's this year-long program in Okinawa, but I don't know how to tell Miguel.
Well, just don't do what I did. Keeping secrets from the people you love will only hurt them worse.
There it is.
Kind of looking forward to seeing how hard you could kick Zara in the face. Is that like an I'm back in the tournament laugh? Or...
She still would have to get back with Cobra Kai. They're halfway across the world training.
Yeah.
We gotta go. Well, wait a second. We just had 3 bottles of wine. I can't drive.
I can't. No, I can't.
Chosen, we're taking an Uber.
My good stuff.
Will you be my wife?
Johnny, you've changed my life completely.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Oh, there it is.
1,000 times yes.
It wasn't like we were in suspense. I mean, we kind of knew, but
it
still feels good.
Feels good.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to marry you.
I'm so glad you said that. Guys, it's on.
Are they doing Take My Breath Away from Top Gun?
Hey, man.
I know this probably isn't how you imagined your wedding day.
Oh, shit. They're doing it right now.
Yeah.
Right now, I just want to be your husband.
Everybody who I love is here.
Oh, come on.
Dearly beloved. Remarkable people who will remain best friends no matter what the future brings, who will help one another grow.
Oh, nice transition.
By choosing to be married, you're committing to this family that you've built for the rest of your days. And I can say without question, it's a badass family. Johnny, do you take Carmen to be your wife?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, he said.
I now pronounce you husband and wife. Johnny Lawrence, you may now kiss your bride.
Well, there we go. All right.
Oh,
What?
baby's coming.
All right, thanks for coming. Time to get the hell out.
Good job.
Move your ass.
Move your hair.
You recognize this song?
Now, this next phase is gonna be full of unknowns, but the thing that gets us through it is what always gets us through. We're doing it together.
Ride or die, LaRusso.
Forever.
A lot of happiness in this episode. I don't know what it costs to get Pink Floyd, but it's got to be up there.
Oh, we got the baby in this episode, too.
Only didn't realize when you were scared.
Well, they saved some money on Berlin.
Yeah, that's true.
She's named after Johnny's mother.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Welcome to the valley, Laura.
Welcome to the valley.
Is she gonna tell him to win?
Swin.
Like Adrian?
Swin.
Silent lucidity.
Oh, look. Come on. That was awesome. Oh. What?
It's too good, man. This show has no business being this good.
I know. Well, and it was so refreshing to have an episode that, look, it was just good. We didn't have anybody in danger. We didn't have any, crazy drama, really. We didn't have like a whole lot of bad stuff happen. It was just all kind of good news, rebuilding relationships and everything, and an absolute banger of a soundtrack.
I hate to do this to you, but I'm 99.9% sure that wasn't Pink Floyd at the end. You threw me off by saying it was Pink Floyd, and it sounded like and then I'm like, okay, the lyric, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that was, and then at the end where it said Silent Lucidity, I'm like, okay, that's Queensryche, Silent Lucidity. That wasn't.
Yeah, I think you're wrong. No, I got it wrong. I got the Top Gun theme song.
You got
right,
well.
though.
When you said
that.
it started playing. And I'm like, nah, I don't think this is Pink.
Yeah.
But I'm not the biggest Pink Floyd fan.
I'm not a huge, my brother's actually a way bigger Pink Floyd fan than I am.
And I'm not a huge,
I thought that was
my
mistake.
I'm not a huge Queensryche fan either. They're kind of in that genre. But in any regard. If Mason Quinn's going to do Mason Quinn things, I'm sure you'll get some in the comments.
I also called Elizabeth Berkley, like right off the rip. You called her Jessie Spano, but I knew her real name.
Look on your face. Look, the nostalgia is so strong with this. They did a lot of fan service in this one. Look, the mailman coming and delivered the exact same line, and I actually think it was from Karate Kid Part 2, not Part 1. So I made the mistake there because I think the mailman comes up in Part 2. Oh, a nice place. You never know it from the outside, and he delivers the letter where Miyagi finds out that his father's sick, and then he goes back to Okinawa. So they had the mailman say the exact same thing, which is awesome. Of course, the cars and everything there. But look, just really, they do such a good job of keeping it lighthearted, having some fun with it, throwing in some good comedy, doing fan service. They could have gotten anybody to play Chosen's date. Anybody. They could have gotten anybody. They could have gotten any actress to come in and do it. But you know what? They're like, who would this group of fans?
Yeah, who would they pop for?
Who would they absolutely pop for? Well. And I mean, look, in Elizabeth Berkley's character, you could have gotten, maybe Tiffany Amber Thiessen, Kelly Kapowski. But I think Elizabeth Berkley, just her kind of vibe and whatever with where they were going with this, fit perfect. So that was great.
And the thing that I liked is, you touched on the nostalgia, which they do have, absolutely. And the nostalgia is pretty strong. But this show has done such a good job of standing on its own 2 feet. I do want to acknowledge that they've done such a good job over the course of 6 seasons. It's been some amazing writing. Look, 6 seasons is not easy to do.
No.
And it's certainly not easy to do on something of this subject matter that, some folks could maybe poke a little fun at, but they've made it such a good show and everybody's delivered. All the actors did great. The scene with Johnny and Bobby in the church, I thought was great. I thought it was really well done, and that was just kind of dropped in there out of nowhere.
I might be just a little bit biased, but look, Ron Thomas has not had a lot of acting gigs from what I understand over the years. He's Bobby, and he's really good on camera. Dude, he's really, really good. Like, I'm really, really impressed. So it's so cool that they're able to bring Ron back and work him in this episode. Of course, Johnny, getting ready to propose and everything, and just doing his best. And what a great speech by Ron Thomas to Johnny. And that's another great thing they did is, like, look, they do a good job of, in the middle of the comedy and nostalgia, of working in some really good lessons. And that was part of Karate Kid, right? Like, you had karate, but you always had Mr. Miyagi. Like, look, you can go back and watch parts 1, 2, 3, and 4, which we did on the channel before getting ready for this. And even if the movies aren't really your thing, there's so many good lessons you can actually pull from Mr. Miyagi's character. And I like that they do some of that here. And that was the big thing, is like, look, if I don't mean to get too deep into Oak's lessons here, especially on this particular show, but look, there's no such thing as a perfect time. There's never going to be a perfect time for anything. And sometimes you gotta just go. And I like this. So my fiance and I got engaged late 2018, right? And we started wedding planning a month before March of 2020. So
before the disease,
before pandemic,
which we cannot say on
YouTube.
Yeah,
we don't say on YouTube. But right before the pandemic, and that got pushed off. And then wedding venues for like 2 years were like, yeah, we're not really going to schedule anything. So I mean, we, and then our son came, and it's pretty much as perfect as I could ever imagine, and we're not married, and of course the family and stuff like that. Oh, when are you going to get married? And little pressure. So it was relatable here. But look, a fun story. Getting set back up for the tournament. I like that. I like that they brought Chosen back for this one, and I almost, to be honest, I didn't go back and watch any like recaps, because it wasn't that long ago. But I almost had forgotten about Chosen, hooking up with the instructor from Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
And so when Kumiko had let him down, I felt really bad, and they kind of set things up like him and Winnie, which I found to be like that's another thing we should recognize, right? They brought out Jessie Spano, but they gave her the name Winnie.
I mean, how many Winnies have there been out there in show business?
Look, if you're younger out there, Winnie Cooper, played by Danica McKellar, was like, she was in a show called Wonder Years, like a really, really wholesome, family comedy / lessons show that was on in the 80s and early 90s. And Winnie Cooper was like, she was one of the main characters, and like any guy who was in early grade school in the 80s and 90s, like that was your first crush, was Winnie Cooper. So the fact that they brought out Jessie Spano and named her Winnie, I was like, yeah, they did kind of a double.
They could have named her anything.
I'm curious. I would have liked to see who the writers all had as the potentials for that character. And I think Elizabeth Berkley was perfect. Again, kind of that vibe, like she's into that. That's not to say another one of the actresses from that era would have been able to pull that off. But I thought that was great. Now it makes me wonder, like, are they going to do more cameos throughout these final episodes? Because, that was one of the things that you and I had talked about coming into, like, this final season is, one of the great things about the earlier seasons was who are they going to bring back? Who are we going to get? Of course, at the end of season 1, it was John Kreese, right? And then they gave us Chosen, and then you get
Terry Silver,
and then you get Mike Barnes.
Yeah, we got Allie.
Then you get, we got Allie. I mean, how huge was that? Then we got the girlfriend from Part 3. I mean, so they've pretty much brought back just about everybody that you could bring back, and so we had talked about when we get into this last season, are they going to lose that little pop where people are like, holy cow, they got this person? And so to bring in, somebody who's also very popular during the time that Karate Kid was popular, a few years later.
Yeah, but outside that universe, no less, but it still works.
Right. So I'm wondering if they're going to do that with other, people who are, really, really popular in the early to mid 80s, early 90s and stuff like that, where it fits really well with the audiences who are watching this.
I'd be pulling for Carl Winslow.
who knows as a police officer if they have good old Carl Winslow. But another great episode. Look, I like that they showed Robbie having a little bit of self-doubt, and Miguel kind of being the one pumping him up, saying, look, you gotta train, because look, that's shit people face. You got big competitions or any big life moments ahead of you. Sometimes self-doubt starts to creep in. Well, and it helps to have people around you say, like, you fucking got this.
Well, and speaking of that, I know we've touched on it on previous seasons about Tori's whole arc through this whole season. I don't think anybody's had it harder than her.
No,
I mean, she has had to go through it more than just about anybody with everything that's happened to her, with John Kreese, with her mom, with the tournaments, with what team she's on, with her own teammates, and how she's being treated with her boyfriends and how that works out. Like, Tori's, man, she has been through it. And it was just good to see her be able to kind of let that out a little bit, and almost like when she was carrying the groceries to the apartment, I got the vibe she's like, look, life's bigger than karate. I've moved on. I'm at a point in my life where I've got to not grow up, but kind of has to take things into her own hands and move past that. So it was good to see her and Sam have that convo.
Well, and it's a pretty stark contrast, the lifestyle that Sam's able to live with, with what her father and mother do, and where Tori's at with. I don't think we ever heard anything about the dad. I know in earlier seasons people teased that maybe it was going to be Terry Silver or something was the dad. Speculation there. But yeah, she's got it pretty rough, and that's one of those things where you always. I think Sam a lot of the times is doing the right things as a friend, but sometimes, look, if somebody just doesn't get where you're at in life or just really doesn't understand, sometimes those words can feel a little bit hollow, and I can understand where Tori's character is like, you don't know what it's like to be me, and she certainly doesn't. And she used relatable, hey, something relatable, like I'm gonna, thinking about going to Okinawa for school, and I haven't had the courage to tell Miguel yet. I mean, different situations, but internal struggles that they're both facing. So they did a good job with it. Again, for me, the quality of the writing, and if you're somebody watching this and being like, just take it easy, guys, it's kind of cheesy. The other thing that the writers have done is they make it feel like an 80s or 90s sitcom. In the 80s and 90s,
they balance it very.
You had there was so many shows. The Wonder Years. You brought up Carl Winslow, Family Matters. I mean, Full House. You had so many of these popular shows in the 80s or 90s that were family shows that always had fun laughs, but they always dealt with some serious issues and always had some lessons worked in. I mean, any one of those shows that you think about, that's kind of what 80s and 90s sitcoms were about. You could sit down and it was a different time, and I'm not gonna get on my tablets and phones because I got them and I love them, but it was during a time where 7 o'clock on a Thursday or Friday night, families sat around in the living room and watched TV shows together. And you had enough, adult humor that parents could enjoy it, and lessons and comedy and stuff like that. And so I could see where some audiences who, didn't grow up in that area might look at this and be like, oh, it's a little bit, but it has the nostalgia. Even take Karate Kid, the story out of it, just the way it's written, the way it's acted, the way everything about it feels very much like an 80s or 90s sitcom. Yeah, and I can appreciate that.
And I think at this point, if you've made it through up to season 6 already, and even if you never watched any of the Karate Kids, which I would find it hard to believe if you've got through season 6 of Cobra Kai and never have gone back and watched, I still think it would stand on its own 2 feet on its own. And at this point, enough about the story, and they've dropped enough breadcrumbs throughout the series to kind of clue you in on what all happened. But this has to be one of the most uplifting, positive, feel-good episodes I think they've had. Yeah, and I'd like to hear from you folks. If you've made it this far, thank you. But if there's been another episode that's had this much good in it without
I don't know that there has been. It was very, chosen after a very rough thing. He's kind of back in the mend. Daniel and Amanda are dealing with Sam moving, in their own way. Sam and Tori are on the mend. Robbie and Miguel are working together. Of course, Dimitri and Hawk kind of showing them of working together. So, of course, we didn't see Kreese. We didn't see Terry Silver. We didn't see the flip side of this. But I got to be honest. You need a villain, right? But I'm almost wondering if this isn't more tournament internal challenge based than it is just your typical super villain, because they've done that in the previous series.
Well, Zara was still a bit of a villain, so she'll be in there.
I just mean Silver and
the big looming baddie who's getting into everything.
But that's kind of what Karate Kid is, so it's either way they go with it. I mean, this is one of those shows, and I've said it before, and I'm gonna probably say it every time, that you just put so much trust in the writers because they always do a good job. And look, we're a reaction channel, so a lot of the stuff that we watch, just the nature of reaction channels, is you're going to watch good stuff, right? I'm thinking recently-ish, stuff like Peaky Blinders and Shogun and Alice in Borderlands and stuff where you get halfway through a season and then a season and a half, and you're you just go into an episode knowing it's going to be good.
Yeah.
It's going to be good. And that's where we're at with this. And Another incredible episode. I'm so excited to keep going.
How about Gunther kicking that guy in the face?
Yeah, that was a little.
Let him know who the ring general is.
Yeah, well, the All Valley sports arena board has a thing or two to learn about the Sekai Taikai.
Yes, they do.
We got a handful more episodes left. What do we got? 3 left. 13,
yeah, 3 left. 15. Which that kind of makes me wonder. Folks, I know you've probably all watched this already. We're waiting to get to it because we recently did Karate Kid 4. I genuinely wonder if they're going to be able to get Hilary Swank for like the last episode or something like that.
Something. Oh.
I mean, they've done everything else. I mean, God,
I got to be honest. I don't know when the last time I was this like emotionally invested, knowing that there was only a few more episodes left of a story. Mm-hmm. And it's a big thing. Audiences know, like when you know your favorite show is winding down and coming to an end, especially when it's something that you really tied to and you really enjoy. And especially for this one we tie into like my childhood and so many memories growing up. And of course my family was all into karate and stuff. My little guy's in karate. So it's weird knowing that this is coming to an end.
Well, and the fact that it's such a good series and it's continued to be a good series. Like there's a number of shows out there where towards the end the popularity started to die off. Maybe the quality of the show wasn't that great. This one has stayed really, really strong. And again, in this episode in particular, with how we saw everybody's acting, the music, even though I got it wrong, which I'll own up to.
You got to take my breath away.
I got to take my breath away, though, right off with like 2 notes. I had it.
But in your defense, I was like, I'm pretty, like when it started playing, I don't know if it's going to make the cut, but when you were like Pink Floyd, I was like, wait, no. And then it took me a minute, and then like, no,
and then once they got to the chorus,
and then when it hit Silent Lucidity, I'm like, nah, Silent Lucidity is definitely a Queensryche song.
I should know better. Well, if that's my only mistake, I'll take it in this one. It's been such an uplifting episode. Why not? We got 3 more to go. The Oak and I will be here for it. So, for the Appleton Oak, I'm Mason Quinn. This has been Bad Medicine. That was Cobra Kai. We will see you back here for the remaining episodes.